welcome back to Tech Talk, and today we are going to see inter-process communication in operating system. So let's get started with today's video. So let's see what is meant by inter-process communication. So inter-process communication is a mechanism that allows the exchange of data between processes. Means if there are two processes P1 and P2, so these processes can exchange data between them and also share resources among them. So it enables resources and data sharing between the process without an interface. मतलब इन दोनों प्रोसेस को डेटा शेयर और रिसोर्सेज शेयर करने के लिए कोई भी इंटरफेस नहीं चाहिए, मतलब नहीं लगता. And this communication involves one process informing another that event has occurred or some data has been transferred between the process. Means if the process wants to communicate between this, if P1 process wants to communicate with the P2 process, then it can communicate, and it can also tell that another process that some event has occurred or the process has terminated or some error has occurred. Then IPC means inter-process communication helps in faster communication between processes. It promotes a parallel processing and multitasking, and it also allows a process to share memory, data, and system resources without creating copies. Means when the P1 is sharing data and the resources with the P2, then multiple copies are not created. Means a single copy is only created and shared between among them two. Then the process executing currently in OS can be independent process or cooperating process. Means if the process is executing in our operating system, then there are two types of process. First is independent process and second is the cooperating process. Independent process means a process which does not have to share any resources with any other process, and the cooperating process means the process which shares the data, resources, and memory with each other. Then let's see how the interprocess communication actually works, or how it is working, in which scenarios it is working. So let's see it. So first, why IPC is necessary? So it helps in information sharing, it achieves a modularity, then faster process communication, and the convenience. Let's see how to implement the IPC. So IPC means inter-process communication is implemented by using these two methods. First is the shared memory and the second one is the message passing. So let's see what is a shared memory. A shared memory is a memory that can be simultaneously accessed by multiple processes. Means we have one particular memory, and that one particular memory can be accessed by the two processes. So this is done that the process can communicate with each other, and by using the shared memory the two processes can communicate with each other. So process can exchange information by reading and writing data to shared region or area. Then shared memory requires a shared region that multiple processes can use, and this memory region is stored in the address space of the process that creates it. So suppose, I hope this diagram is visible to you. So suppose we have this memory space. So here my process 1 is here, then I have a shared memory space, then process 2 and kernel. So suppose the process 1 is using this shared memory region, and now the process 2 also wants that specific memory. Then the process 1, which this shared memory which is allocated to the process 1, can have the can use so if my I have told you earlier that if suppose this is a shared memory and process 1 is using this shared memory, then the process 2 with its address space, it can use that, and by using this one only shared memory, process 1 and process 2 can communicate with each other. So shared memory is helps in inter-process communication. So these two processes are communicating with each other internally. Then this is the diagram of the shared memory. This is the process 1, then this is the shared memory space or region, then this is the process 2, and this is the kernel. So P1, like process 1 is accessing firstly a shared memory, and P2 now is also accessing the shared memory. So this is whole about the shared memory. So let's see the next terminology, which is a message passing. Okay, so the next terminology is a message passing. So let's see what is message passing is. So particular like basic idea of message passing is what? Then if I am sending message to you, so I am sending a message. So it is, we can say that this is a message passing. I am sending a message like hi message to you on a WhatsApp. So this is called as a message passing. I am sending a particular message to you. I am passing that message to you. So this is called as a message passing. So this is a basic idea of message passing in our daily life. So let's see what is a message passing that operating system have. So communication takes place by means of message exchange between the cooperating process. So what does this line means? That communication, how we are communicating with each other. Like suppose I am, as I told earlier, that suppose I am a passing message to you, I am sending a message to you, I am sending hi message to you. So this is called the message passing in our daily life. But in operating system, communication text also, this is a communication, means I am sending you a message, so we are communicating with each other. So in operating system, communication takes place by this message passing, which is exchanged between the cooperating process. As we have seen earlier, there are two types of processes. First is independent process and second is a cooperating process. What does independent process means? Independent process means that if there is one process which is not exchanging resources between the two processes, or not sharing data to another process, it is called as a independent process. But what does the cooperating process means? Cooperating process means that if one process is communicating with each another process by means of sharing data, sharing resources, sharing memory, it is called as a cooperating process. If I am sharing a data, sharing a resources to another process, I am communicating with that process. The P1 process is communicating with the P2 process by means of exchanging data. So message passing is that only communication takes place by means of message passing, by exchanging the exchanged between the cooperating process. Then message passing is useful for exchanging small amounts of data. Message passing is useful only for small amount of data, and no conflicts need to be avoided. In this method, one process sends a message, another process receives it. As a sender and receiver, I am sending a hi message to you, you are receiving it. So I am a sender, you are a receiver. So in this method, it also works like that. One process sends a message, another process receives it, by allowing them to share information. It is easier to implement as compared to shared memory. As we have seen earlier, how does the shared memory work? So first P1 will be using the memory region, then that memory region will be allocated to P1. If P2 wants to communicate with P1, or it wants to use that shared memory, then it should use its address space, and with that address space it can use that shared memory, and then P1 and P2 can communicate with each other. So in as compared to shared memory, it is easier to implement. Like message passing is easier to implement. Then it allows process to communicate and synchronize the task. So in a shared memory, the synchronization was very less, as P1 P2 was communicating, but the synchronization was less. But message passing allows the process to communicate and synchronize the task, and it is useful in disturbed environment. So this is the diagram of a message passing. So here is a P1 P2, then message queue, and then kernel. So P1 is accessing the message queue, then P2 is also accessing the message queue. So this is whole about the interprocess communication and how we are implementing it by means of two terminologies. First is the shared memory, and then second is the message passing. So this is whole about the interprocess communication in operating system, and we have seen it how it is taking place. So if you like this type of videos, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and comment down what you want to see next. Till then I will come up with a new video also. Till then, take care and bye bye.